Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I am forecaster Robert Smith on this beautiful Monday morning, and rain is on the way for Tuesday through Wednesday morning, and we'll get to that in just a moment. This is the daily video forecast discussion for the 11th of August, 2014. Most skies this morning at sunrise are generally clear. We do have a few areas of patchy fog across northwestern New Jersey. Sussex County also reporting some low obscuration for the clouds this morning, and that's fog. Also a little bit of fog out on eastern Long Island and the lower Hudson Valley as well. Temperatures this morning are responding with readings generally in the upper 50s to the low and mid 60s across the region, and the dew points are still on the comfortable side, although they're beginning to come up quite a bit now just west of the Delaware River water gap here into portions of Maryland, and this moisture influx will be moving into the forecast region over the next 24 hours. Morning visible satellite pass across the region this morning. This is where the satellite is passing overhead. Generally clear skies across the region. We have an uptick in isentropic lift and also moisture influx to our south and west. We can see this very nicely on the water vapor imagery this morning. Blacks and reds, sinking air, high pressure moving off the coast, and moisture influx increasing with isentropic lift here in the clouds across western Pennsylvania down through Kentucky and all the way into the Tennessee River Valley this morning as well. On the radar, things are quiet. We'll get to our local radar here in just a moment. No precipitation is occurring and none is expected today through tonight. There is an upper level low developing and getting cut off here across the upper Great Lakes into southeastern Canada, eventually the St. Lawrence River Valley by tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. All of this will lead to a couple of things: an onshore flow, a marine layer in place here along the Jersey coast, polar air mass across the upper Great Lakes swinging into the mid-Atlantic coast states, and a tropical air mass to our south. All these will collide into a triple point with plenty of rain on the way, and this could lead to some flooding concerns by Tuesday night and Wednesday morning around the region. This was an image of the supermoon, which occurs twice a year. This image came in from over in Europe. Uh, Basically, a supermoon is the distance from the moon to the Earth varies throughout the month and the year. On average, the distance is about 238,000 miles. During the month when the moon is farthest away from the Earth is called the epigee, and right now the closest to the Earth is called the perigee. And we have this occurring two times during 2014. And we have this again two times in 2015 and 2016 as well. So it's a beautiful full moon over the region last night. Pollen concentrations from for today. They will continue on the high side for today. They'll be lower in rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, coming back up to the high side again by Thursday and Friday. Once again, ragweed, nettle, and grasses are the predominant pollens. Watches, warnings, and advisories. We do have some locally dense fog across eastern Suffolk County and coastal Connecticut and New Haven County on east this morning. The patchy fog is occurring across the eastern Suffolk County area, coastal Connecticut, and New Haven County east. The fog is locally dense at times, reducing visibilities to 1/4 mile or less. Drivers should be alert for rapidly changing visibilities and reduce speeds and use low beams when driving in these areas. And that fog will begin to burn off nicely through the morning. Meanwhile, in the greens here, all along the south shore of Connecticut and the north shore of Long Island, into the boroughs here into New York City and coastal New Jersey, we have coastal flood advisories from 8 p.m. tonight until 11 o'clock in the evening, as well this evening from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. this evening. And that is for the coastal areas here. Flood advisory for locations in back bays of Brooklyn, Queens, southeastern, and Nassau County. Tidal departures from the supermoon that just occurred at 1/2 to 1 foot above astronomical tides. Flooding of most vulnerable shore roads and or basements. The majority of roads will remain passable with only isolated closures. More widespread minor flooding is likely from Tuesday night's high tide cycle, and we'll be monitoring for this. We don't have any small craft advisories yet. Those might be needed for Tuesday and Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning for rain oncoming, and we could be dealing with flash flood watches and warnings going into effect across interior sections of the lower Hudson Valley, northeastern New Jersey, and parts of northwestern New Jersey, including central and southern New Jersey and Philadelphia as well. So we're just going to monitor this. It's going to be a very busy day from tomorrow afternoon right through Wednesday morning. We have no airport delays this morning, but we do have some IFR and localized MVFR, IFR and LIFR conditions across eastern Long Island. Portions of interior New Jersey, the fog is burning off now. There's still a little bit of fog left in the Connecticut River Valley here and across portions of northeastern Pennsylvania. Outside of that, basically VFR conditions in place, and we're expecting that to continue throughout the afternoon. Light and variable winds to start becoming more southeasterly and increasing to around 10 knots overall. For tonight, VFR conditions through much of the night with increasing clouds. The ceilings should lower with the potential for areas of MVFR ceilings towards daybreak on Tuesday. A few showers also may develop west of Philadelphia, southeasterly winds at less than 10 knots. Tuesday through Wednesday afternoon, this is our numerous shower and thunderstorm time period expected. Periods of MVFR and IFR ceilings and or visibilities maximized Tuesday afternoon and night, improving conditions on Wednesday as it progresses from the morning into the afternoon. Southeast winds on Tuesday with a wind shift to the west on Wednesday AM and through the midday time frame. Wednesday night through Friday, mainly VFR with some gusty west winds possible during the day on Thursday as the trough axis moves overhead across the region. Right now, outside of Newark, 71 degrees, dew point 61, humidity 71%. Mostly cloudy, a few clouds at about 25,002, and basically VFR in place. Philadelphia this morning, 68 degrees, dew point 63, humidity 83%. The wind is southwest at 3. Mostly cloudy with just some scattered clouds at 26,000 feet, a few clouds at 8,000. VFR conditions in place right now. NamWRF composite reflectivity forecast going into the future from Penn State's EWOL site. Shows mostly sunny skies across the region today. We're going to have an onshore flow developing in the afternoon hours, and it's going to keep the immediate coastlines into the 70s, while temperatures soar into the mid and upper 80s one more time during today, especially west of the Hudson River, central and interior urban New Jersey, and down towards Philadelphia as well. There'll be an increase of high clouds, but nothing really obscuring the sunshine today. We have our developing system here across the Great Lakes moving into the St. Lawrence River Valley by the end of the forecast period, kind of closing off because we have a blocking low here in south of Greenland, high pressure being blocked off the coast. This kind of configuration leads into an onshore flow, clouds beginning to increase, and we can see this with the imagery here as the storm system across the Great Lakes into the St. Lawrence River Valley begins to close off. We have a warm front to our south, an included front just to the west and north of the low pressure system here, and a marine air mass in place right across the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metro area. These will all collide and converge as we get low level jet and mid and upper level troughing across the region during Tuesday night through Wednesday. So we're going to find an increase of showers west of the Hudson River by tomorrow morning, and then just some moderate to heavy rain, even some elevated thunderstorms moving into the region by Tuesday morning, especially right after rush hour, and we can find some convection in these showers and thunderstorms, producing 1 to locally 2 inches of rain between Tuesday morning through Wednesday morning. Moderate to heavy rain will continue across the region as the low pressure area develops along the New Jersey coastline. And this keeps us a busy morning, especially for the New York City metropolitan area, where moderate to heavy rain should be falling around the region on Wednesday morning into early Wednesday afternoon. And then that rain shifts into the lower Hudson Valley and interior Connecticut as the low pressure system moves off the coast, and the interior upper level low here moves into the St. Lawrence River Valley. Southern and central New England get in on the action for moderate to heavy rainfall from Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon, while the rest of the forecast area begins to dry out with scattered cloud cover and cooler conditions. Upper level trough still to our west, and that swings through during the day on Thursday. Morning surface chart from weatherroanoke.com. A digital atmosphere software shows the high pressure system now exiting off the southern New England coast, and an increase from southwesterly winds and an onshore flow around the high here, indicating a marine layer is in place with a southwesterly flow just to our south and west along this cold front. Triple point occlusion developing across the Ohio River Valley this morning, a secondary cold front moving through the upper Midwest. Plenty of moisture from offshore, and from this system here is going to converge over the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metropolitan area by tomorrow morning. The latest community Earth wind map from Google Earth shows quite a lot of interesting things here. We have our high pressure block here across Greenland. We have our strong upper level low blocked here across and off the northwestern Atlantic here. our high pressure cells off the southern New England coast and another high pressure cell off the New Jersey coast producing a southwesterly flow at the surface. We have our warm frontal structure here across the central and southern plains. We have our upper low here, or surface low, beginning to occlude and move in south of the Great Lakes region. A lot of action here, and another area of disturbed weather here across the upper Great Lakes as well. So all of this is going to converge into a moderate to heavy rainfall event across the region because we have plenty of moisture coming in from off the Atlantic, plenty of moisture developing ahead of this low pressure area and frontal structure to our south and west this morning. But everything is going to be slowed up quite considerably with orographical lifting and 1 to 2 inches of locally heavy rain, possibly even more than that, with flashier floods of streams and rivers, and definitely small urban and street flooding concerns for Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday morning. GFS maps into motion. Here's our stalled out upper low here across the northwestern Atlantic. High pressure system merging and converging off the northern mid-Atlantic coast states, and our system developing here across the southern Great Lakes and the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley area, slowing up the pattern quite considerably. We've got the marine air mass in place, the low deepening and cutting off across the upper Great Lakes into the St. Lawrence River Valley by tomorrow morning, and this leads to isentropic lift and also showers and thunderstorms with the low-level jet developing across the region, and the rain will be coming down by tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon. Some of this could be locally heavy as our surface wave here begins to develop across the Delmarva and offshore the New Jersey coast by Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. And this is going to lead to some moderate to heavy rainfall, some elevated convection as well. And this could be a training situation and orographic lift that produces moderate to heavy rain around the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metropolitan area, particularly the lower Hudson Valley, New York City, the 5 boroughs into southwestern Connecticut, and the lower Hudson and Mohawk River valleys here of southeastern New York State into Connecticut and New England. And eventually just the pattern begins to flatten out a little bit as the low pressure then begins to move into Ontario and into southeastern Canada. High pressure and a more zonal flow develops across the Midwest, and that brings drier conditions from Wednesday afternoon right through the week. And it looks like high pressure will be continually building across the forecast region through the week with pleasant weather conditions. But notice we still have height falls here, meaning the mean trough axis is still to our west. A large area of convergent high pressure begins to settle into the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, and this lasts pretty much into the weekend with very pleasant weather conditions. One more beautiful day at the beach before the rain sets in. Mostly sunny skies today. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Southeast winds at around 5, increasing to 15 miles per hour during the afternoon. Surf of around 2 feet. Southeast swell at around 3 feet. Surf temperatures in the mid-70s. UVI index is high, meaning that 8 or so. And there still is a moderate risk of rip currents. Conditions across the coastal waters. Always have a flotation device with you in the water and swim only in lifeguarded areas. There is no threat of lightning today. The next high tide at Atlantic City will be at 8:24 this morning. Low tide at 2:30 during this afternoon. So get outside and enjoy this fine day because we've got a lot of heavy rainfall on the way for tomorrow morning through Wednesday morning. Conditions improve from southwest to northeast Wednesday afternoon. Conditions really clear out nicely on Thursday and Friday and Saturday of the weekend. It's going to look absolutely stellar once again. We'll be monitoring for flashier floods and urban and street flooding during tomorrow morning right through Wednesday morning. For the latest weather information live, it's always on Garden State Weather and gardenstateweather.blogspot.com. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a fantastic Monday, August 11th, summertime afternoon, and we'll be back in video form on Tuesday morning.